President Muhammadu Buhari has presented his first appropriation bill to the National Assembly with an intention to spend about 6.08 trillion naira, a record in Nigeria's history. On this week's edition of the program, my guest takes a look at the government's proposed financial spending for 2016. Hello there, thank you for joining me on the program this week. I'm Gloria Umezuke. Nigeria's economy has been in pain from the fall in oil prices and unstable exchange rate. The president presented his budget proposal in a bid to stimulate growth while seeking to lower the country's dependence on oil. We'll be looking at government's financial plan, but coming right ahead. President Muhammadu Buhari presented his budget proposal to a joint session of the National Assembly with a lot of promises. Take a listen. It's the first full budget of the present administration, and everyone is expecting to know what's in stock for Nigerians. It's a full house as federal lawmakers from both chambers and federal ministers took over every available space in the Green Chamber.
Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR.
At exactly 10 a.m., President Muhammadu Buhari walks into the chamber in the company of his aides, signifying the beginning of the business of the day. The Senate President, Senator Bukola Saraki, sets the tone for the presentation by aligning the lawmakers' aspiration with that of Nigerians.
Mr. President, the National Assembly is conscious of the yearning of Nigerians for quick delivery of democratic dividends. The National Assembly has a critical role to play, and we recognize this role. On the budget, we are willing and ready to provide the scrutiny necessary to pass only a budget that can be implemented comprehensively.
The president took the next 30 minutes to summarize his administration's spending plan for 2016, hinging the budget on social welfare.
We are here to serve, and indeed, Nigerians will get the service they have longed for and which they rightly deserve. This budget represents a major step in delivering a new opportunity for Nigeria. It demonstrates our confident optimism that despite the challenging times, we have the will, resourcefulness, and the commitment to deliver prosperity to our people.
President Buhari calls his record 6.08 trillion naira appropriation plan a budget of change. According to the proposal, works, housing and power have a combined budget of 433 billion naira. Education got 369 billion naira, while defense got 294 billion naira.
These investments in infrastructure and security are meant to support our reforms in the agriculture, soil minerals, and other core job-creating sectors of our economy. We will invest to safeguard lives and property. We will invest in equipping our farmers with the right tools, technology, and techniques.
The budget is based on a crude oil benchmark of $38 per barrel and a production estimate of 2.2 million barrels per day. The gross domestic product growth rate is projected at 4.37%, while the revenue projection is put at 3.86 trillion naira. The budget deficit is put at 2.22 trillion naira. Part of the deficit will be financed by a combination of foreign and domestic borrowings, totaling 1.84 trillion naira.
I wish to reiterate that a well-crafted budget is not an end in itself. The real meat of a budget is in its implementation. While the National Assembly will endeavor to diligently scrutinize and pass the budget in good time to facilitate early commencement of its implementation. In this regard, And in order to aid Mr. President to execute and implement the budget, it may be necessary to take a second look at the constitutional definition of financial year.
Indeed, President Muhammadu Buhari and his team have their work cut out for them, and Nigerians will be hoping that the budget delivers on the administration's change mantra, which should be visible in the standard of living of all Nigerians.